Today is July 21st, and that means it is baptism day for Josiah, and I'm about to set up the tub we use for baptisms at Two Cities in our backyard. So let's go do that.
So what's happening is he's moving the baptized tub in the house into our backyard. This is just our pool. Leave notes on it. Let's fill it up.
Test 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You got lines and you got line segments. They're not the same. So this is a line segment, has a beginning, has an end. That's you, that's me. We have a birth and a death, right? If you didn't know that before, I'm really sorry to tell you, you're going to die. You were born with a birth and an eventual death. If you didn't have a beginning and end, you've got a line that just goes forever. You've got no beginning, you've got no end. That's God, right? No beginning, no end. In fact, that's not even a real good comparison because the line really represents time, but God doesn't just live in a linear, little thing like this. He exists outside of time. He was and is to come. He is before and he will be after every single thing. He is infinite. You were born as a line segment, but when you begin to follow Jesus, something happens that changes that. The Apostle Paul says it like this in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. He says this, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation is come, the old has gone, the new is here." Our life is transformed from a line segment. In fact, that part of us dies. And you see, we become something different. You go from a finite player in a finite game to an infinite player in an infinite game. When you give your life to Christ, when you choose to follow him, you die to yourself. That part of your life is over and you become a ray. You know what a ray is? It has a beginning and no end. It has a beginning and goes forever. Actually, more accurately, we can kind of represent our life in transition from a life of death to a life of life like this. We are born as a line segment. We die to ourselves and we live forever in Christ. You're born a line segment. God transforms you into a ray. I think that's pretty incredible. What do you think this means for you? If you're a Christ follower, if you've placed your faith in Jesus, you are no longer your own. You are not a finite player if you're a follower of Jesus. You play for the team who plays for infinitely eternity. God has called you out of selfish living to live for him. Jesus calls us out of a life of finite living to an infinite life, a life that will be for all eternity. And infinite living means that we invest our finite life into something that pays off for all eternity.